Hello, and welcome back to Nobody Wake the Bugbear presents Bio-Drones and Cryo-Clones, written by Chrisair. This is part 2. I'm here with John, I'm here with Josh, and I'm here with Sam.
Are you?
I believe so. I'm beginning to question my sense of self. Are you not, John? How do you feel about the adventure so far?
I'm loving it.
It's quite good. Quite good. How do you think, Charlie, you were smashing these fleshy tubes before?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
How do I feel? I feel great.
Good. Good. Did it make you feel better to smash something
Yeah.
without understanding what they were?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, what if they're the only thing that we need?
Oh, well.
So you smashed number 5 and number 3, correct?
Yeah.
Good. Noted. Dorian, you've just read some rather concerning things.
Yeah. Apparently there's many Dorian Blacks. There's been many iterations. And I want is Simon always Simon? Can you clone an android? Is that what's happening?
You definitely know you can't clone an android. You might be able to get another body and install the chip. Like you can do a brain scan and copy over the files to another body. You definitely know that.
Installing itself in the phony cryopods and shutting down. Phony cryopods.
How does that make you feel?
It doesn't help. I'm so confused.
It doesn't help. So only you are finding out this.
And I'm deeply concerned.
Yes, deeply, deeply concerned.
Yeah.
Last, we moved to Simon. Simon, you woke up in this grand hall. You got your equipment. And then 15 minutes in, this strange biomechanical drone came down and then disappeared. Another one came down to investigate, came towards Charlie, who shot it down. And you have returned after reading through the terminals about some sort of treatment formula, samples, and you have come to collect a sample from this downed scout. And upon opening the door, you see a bustling drone of activity.
Yes, some drones with Gatling sphincters. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. And they have pointed towards the door as it is opened. What do you think is going to happen to Simon?
I don't know.
Are you ready to find out?
Maybe I'll collect some samples.
Yes. You didn't say to your friends or teammates where you were going, so
Nope.
but they will hear sounds of gunfire perhaps
No, it'll
soon
sound
enough.
like...
Flash fire. Yeah.
Yeah, flash fire. Okay, let us begin Bio-Drones and Cryo-Clones, Part 2. Content warning. This actual play may contain adult themes, foul language, violence and gore, sexual references, and all kinds of body horror. Listener discretion is advised. Simon, you have opened this door and you see these 2 heavily armed bio-drones. They turn towards the sound of the opening door and begin to spin up their weapons. Please make a speed check.
Pass. 50 under 51.
Your speed is 50?
Oh, sorry. I'm using military training.
You're doing a speed check,
Yes.
adding military training.
And I'm adding military training. My
Okay.
speed is 38
Okay.
plus 15. So that's 53.
Military training is only plus 10.
Oh, well, then I fail.
Okay. So unfortunately, that is in fact a fail. Please take a stress, as you'll no doubt be feeling stress, as a blast of weapon fire comes across you as it shoots. Success. with a 2. You take 12 damage as these meaty projectiles hit you.
Did they pass their speed checks?
They go in the middle. You failed, so you go last. Another one goes to shoot. Critical failure. As the drones scramble to shoot at you, the other one pops ahead and gets hit by this blast as they just suddenly hit each other. And it takes off a chunk of this other soldier-type drone. It suddenly falls to the ground, but just as it hits the ground, it folds in its propellers, and unfolding 6 arms come out and attach to the grating of the floor, and it begins skittering around like a spider to find cover. And it is your turn. What do you do?
Love it so much. He's like you, Spencer. I'll go back to the others.
Do you close the door or do you run
Yeah,
back?
I close the door.
You use your action to close the door, and now you can move.
I go back and I'm like, I need
Hold
a
on.
gun.
You begin to run back. Dorian and Charlie, you hear sounds of distant gunfire coming to the south. What do you do?
I run towards the gunfire bravely immediately.
Charlie, Dorian, same thing. Do you abandon the terminal?
No, I need to look at Charlie's entry.
Okay. Charlie, you rush down to the door and you meet Simon just running through. Simon, can you please explain your injury that you have suffered? What does it look like?
You see in... I was tempted to just describe Terminator 2, like the aluminium foil sticking out of his body.
Sure.
But no, you see some pock marks in his shoulder and one in his side that have this, like, not dissimilar from the blue goop in the cryopods
In
leaking
fact,
out.
your wound, now that you go down to what you expect to be the blue goop, is now red flesh and blood pumping out of your shoulder. Please roll a panic. Charlie,
I don't know if I'd be upset about this. to be honest.
Star Trek First Contact.
Charlie, you see Simon's shoulder wounded and it's open flesh
Can I just be happy about this,
of
actually?
red blood.
This would actually be like his greatest dream is not to be an android.
I'm a real boy.
It's a shock.
Sanity check then.
It's a shock. Please roll a sanity and a panic. You can't just game your character
Like
to
euphoria.
be fine with everything.
If you're experiencing euphoria.
No, but it's in like the whole thing. He doesn't like being an android. He just
That's
wants
fine.
to chill out. And
But
if he's a
dreams and
human,
reality are
there's
two
no
different things.
expectations.
If you woke up and thought you had superpowers, you'd still freak out.
Yeah.
You know?
What did you get? Just go the panic. Or go the sanity.
I got a 3 again.
You fail.
Yeah.
You got a 3 again?
Yeah.
That's jumpy, I do believe.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, Charlie, you're
my
getting
God.
stressed. +2, please. You're not liking this android. And you gain 1 stress.
I just don't like that I have to be jumpy about it. Jumpy that I got shot, but
You might be jumpy about the fact that now you can like die from blood loss and you're finding out that
Maybe,
you actually
yeah.
have blood at the same time.
I mean, look, there's some character insights that I could just talk about where he doesn't like that there's this expectation that androids do a good job of everything because he just wants to chill out and watch TV.
Sure. Charlie, what do you say? I think you need a sanity or a fear as well. What do you think? As you're seeing this android bleed red blood. Well, you thought to be an android.
Yeah. I mean, my fear is pretty airtight, and I haven't made any fear checks yet. If I make a fear check, is it disadvantage?
It is indeed.
I won't cheese it. Let's say it's a fear save.
Go for it. Please roll fear at disadvantage. Dorian, you are far away from this activity, focusing on this screen. We will cut back to you momentarily.
89 over 40.
Please take a stress.
I'm now at 10 stress.
And we pass back to Dorian. Dorian, you hear in the background Charlie and Simon speaking, perhaps, or rushing in. And we go back to the terminal.
That's really not right, is it?
Simon, did you say anything to Charlie? What did you see or something?
This flesh is not my flesh.
It's like a brief moment of panic, and then it's also like the moment where they've arrived at the bowling alley realizing, in Big Bang Theory, realizing that they actually need to do bowling, and Sheldon's brought a bowling ball and he goes, yes! It's like that
Yeah.
huge, like, yes!
As it dawns on you that you may in fact be made out of flesh and blood. It's quite initial shock and then elation.
Yes.
Dorian, you click on Charlie Valentine.
Yeah.
Within the mutant clone's files, the enumeration begins with the first version of Valentine we contacted. There were doubtless more versions previous to these samples. And you see the exact same sort of similar readouts you saw for yourself.
Okay.
And you see Charlie and Simon conversing at the door. Let's say you're all in the labs now.
I'm gonna head over.
What's happening out there?
I'll notice the blood and holes. He's definitely malfunctioning. That's not...
You see the flesh and blood. Please roll sanity or fear. No, hang on. When you read Simon's file, you already made a save?
Yes, I did.
Oh, I feel like there should have been a change in the first episode then.
What's this?
Well, you should have told me that I actually feel something when I took a puff of the cigarette.
You couldn't make sense of your feelings. You still look exactly like you expect to look.
Yeah, but I have a cigarette just because it wants to look like a film noir detective.
Yeah.
Whereas this time I would have actually had a sensation to go with it.
Didn't happen, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Or you didn't understand what was going on. You couldn't process it.
So yes, I did do
You did. So you've already
Sanity
done
save.
one for this particular thing, I would think.
Yeah, for his strange entry.
Sure.
So there's more of those.
What's happening down there? You got shot? They got guns? Let's have a look then.
I'm going to run down.
You run down?
Oh my god.
I'm going to shoot at them. I've got a bloodlust.
Okay. Simon, do you say how many there are or anything like that, or what you saw?
I hadn't said anything. He just talked really quickly, and I couldn't react.
You can react at it. It's
No, I'm just saying he's just thrown some words at me and run away. I'm still
Okay.
dealing with the fact that I'm bleeding blood.
Sure. Charlie, you begin rushing down to the barracks. And from the west, you see someone.
I wheel my gun around and train it on...
To someone.
And you see a man of Arabic descent with rough brown hair. And he also has a shotgun in one hand, but he holds up both hands and says, "Don't shoot. I am your friend."
That's Rich. Go talk to them.
Wait. Where are you going?
I'm going to shoot those things.
What things?
I don't know. Something that shot the android.
Look, you can't engage with those things. They will tear you apart. Please.
I go.
Okay.
I want to shoot him.
All right. You
I'm a
run down
Marine.
there, and this person goes back to the north. Charlie, let's stick on you for a bit. You open the door,
Yeah, with my gun ready.
and you see nothing.
I look up.
You look up, and you see traces of blood and fluid all around the vent to the skylight. And you see up the wall these handprints, 6 of them, or 3 pairs.
Okay.
I'm going to shut the door.
The thing you shut down, there's no evidence of. You see all the blood pile on the floor, but you do not see
Yeah.
any of these creatures.
I just say,
Okay. Ollie, what do you think? Mr. Caterpillar got off his mushroom, crawled up the vent.
Am I able to go back?
Yeah. You see this man rush into the labs and goes, "Oh, thank Allah, you're here. Friends, what has happened? I heard gunfire."
I'm gonna hold my knife out and say, "Don't come any closer." Who
Whoa,
are
whoa,
you?
whoa, I understand. I am Detective Fares.
Ah, detective.
I am friends. I'm friendly.
We have a couple of bogeys over to the south who are trying to shoot us.
What's he talking about?
Perhaps I could use your assistance, detective.
Does he look normal?
Yeah,
he look regular?
He looks not like a human
Yeah.
at face value. However, he's sort of hunched over, holding his side. Looks like he's a bit laboured in his breathing. You see blood stains on his shirt. He looks pale and a bit haggard. Looks like he's limping as well.
You're bleeding. Look, I'm bleeding too.
Yes.
We're both detectives and we're both bleeding.
Yes, I know. Have you been attacking the creatures?
I'm on the case. And he runs back towards where the androids were.
Okay, you just run past. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll stick on Detective Bisher, Faraz, and Dorian.
Explain everything. Now.
Look, we don't have much time to stick around. What have you found?
Don't worry about what we found. Explain to me what's happening here.
Look, you're the sleeper crew. And, you've been activated, and there's been a disaster here.
Yeah, that part's clear. Get to the clone part, because clearly some experiments happening that we've become part of that we didn't consent to.
Yes. He sort of looks a bit puzzled and pained for the moment. Look, did you read it? Do you know?
Mostly.
You know your clones?
I was coming to that conclusion.
As you hear, are you clones? Roll a panic save. A panic check.
Isn't Dorian the only one that knows this already?
I think so.
This is confirmation of the
Hearing someone-
realization.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought the samples and the you're a clone part on the terminal.
Yeah, but having someone say it to you
Yeah,
outright.
it's like when the PCs know definitively that you're a clone
Yeah.
and will mutate is a bit
That's
confronting.
just a straight 20, right?
Straight 20.
I can't see. That's a 20.
You pass.
Fabulous.
Having read it before, you
Yeah.
obviously...
Look, I've been putting 2 and 2 together.
Look, I didn't want to tell you because it can be quite confronting, obviously. And those of you in the past have acted wrongly, acted violently. So you can forgive me for not being so forthcoming, but we are desperate. You need to go get the others, Simon and Charlie, and you need to come with me to the dorms. I'll explain everything.
Okay, I'm torn. I want to. I feel like I have to trust him, but I also feel like I shouldn't.
Sure.
Okay, I'll sort of be like, okay, that way, and push him back through.
And we pass back to Simon and Charlie, who are standing together by the open door.
They're gone.
Ah, perfect.
Went away.
He'll run in and he'll look for bits left behind from the bio-drone, maybe some of that pooled blood.
You
and put
definitely
it-
find blood, yeah.
Yeah, put that into a tube. That's a fine sample right there.
Okay, you can write down one sample. Fresh.
Freshly squeezed.
What you doing?
We need a formula in order to stop some sort of mutation. I don't know whose mutation. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm becoming something else.
What is this accent?
He's just trying basically all of these different accents
Oh,
to try
mimic-
and,
yeah.
to try and sound like the detectives from the different detective shows he
Okay.
watches.
Charlie? You have no idea what he's talking about. You haven't read any of this stuff.
What are you on about, Mr. Machine? Who is that guy?
I'm not a machine. I
You-
bleed.
Hang on. We don't have to yell. So bring it all down. Conversation.
I'll just move away from the microphone. That's right.
Is he yelling
Yeah.
at Charlie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's he's dramatic.
You can say, I'm yelling at Charlie, and then normal sort of thing. For the audience. Palatable listening experience.
I need the audience to hear the passion in my voice.
Oh, there's passion.
It's like, I'm not a machine, I bleed. And he's like pointing at the blood. He's like, huh?
I slap you across the face with the back of my backhand you.
That hurt. Ecstatic.
And limping in through the western door is Detective Faraz and Dorian. Look, everyone, we have to go back. Follow me to the dorms. I'll explain everything as I told Dorian here. We can't hang around.
Give me a moment. Give me a moment.
Fucking androids. Every time.
I'm going to say, all right, listen up, nutsos. That's it. I'm just going to put it out on the table. We're clones.
Roll a panic. I think, Simon, you've already come to this effect. You've already rolled your panic for being flesh and blood. You know that, so don't roll it.
Well, I already rolled it. I passed.
Okay, good. John, Charlie.
With panic, you got to roll over your number.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Failed.
You fail. What is your number?
I rolled 900 under 10.
Unlucky. You gain a new condition.
Uh-huh.
You are deflated.
Yeah.
Whenever a close crew member fails a save, gain 1 stress.
That's already been happening, isn't it?
Sure has.
All right. Then I'll say, I don't know what your deal is. Something's going on. I need you to hand me the spider, first of all.
Talking to Simon.
Yep, Simon.
Why would I give you the spider?
It's important. And I don't know what's going on with you either, but whatever malfunction's going on with you hasn't been fixed in this iteration of you anyway.
You're talking to Charlie.
Yes, to Charlie.
Yeah, remember to say.
Malfunction?
Yeah, I think we're all malfunctioning to some degree at this moment in time, but we're going to follow Detective Bisher
Far as, yes, Bisher. Either one is fine.
to the dorms because every iteration of us has done something wrong and we just need
What
to
are you
figure this
talking
out.
about?
I'm going to the labs.
Iterations?
Yeah, we've been cloned repetitively and it just isn't panning out.
I'm going to the labs.
Or maybe I feel like a naughty clone. What if I don't want to go? What if I shoot him now?
Who are you going to shoot?
Bisher, this man. What if I shoot you now?
Whoa,
Does
whoa,
that
whoa,
change
whoa, whoa.
something?
Whoa. Just calm down.
Maybe every single iteration, as you said, have followed his orders. Maybe we should stop for once.
Look, don't you think you want things explained to you in this crazy... I know it's a crazy situation, but don't you think... Cuts his side. Look, we've been through this before, Charlie. I know how you are. You can trust me.
We've been through this before.
Yes.
And what did my mother used to say to me when I was a boy?
Look, we didn't get too personal. I'm sorry I didn't know all the things about you.
Bang! I scare you with the gun. I just go...
Yeah. He's losing it already.
All right, go to the dorms. Let's go.
In record time.
Jesus.
You followed Detective Bish.
Are we passing the freezer to the dorms?
Sure are.
I want to look in the freezer before we go because
Faraz goes, whoa. It's one of those mutant things. I know what you're thinking. It attacked me. I locked it in there. It's dead. All right?
all right, if it's dead, then we're checking it out.
Let's have a look.
He holds his temples. Okay, let's go. We pass to Simon.
I'm following the child's samples that instructions, the children's instructions. Even I can put a formula together following these instructions from the terminal.
And what were the instructions?
I thought that they were written down on there somewhere.
Yeah, you didn't read the instructions, though.
Oh, well, where were they then?
On the computer. You just...
Well, I clicked on everything to do with samples and formula.
No, you didn't. Not everything. You go back to the terminal.
I clicked on samples and formula.
Go back to the terminal.
Yeah, so I went to stabilizing serum and then I went to treatment formula.
Okay, you have got the portable synthetic lab.
Yeah, I've got the lab.
1 second. 1 moment.
This Warden's Buffering, proudly brought to you by Patreon. Patreon, give us your money.
Are they patrons? Is that users of Patreon called patrons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like in Roman times when your patron used to pay your way in exchange for you like advocating for them in social circles. That's what patronage was. It was like being employed to be someone's sycophant, basically.
So you go back to the treatment formula, and yes, it does here. It says, if I'm not here to help, that means I'm dead, and something was missing from the treatment formula. Add more field samples, and the mobile lab will do the rest. But you have to find out what's missing. And you go through the notes. You spend a bit of time on this. Almost 1 turn's worth of time.
Oh. Because I think the mention of it was in the first bit, stabilizing serum. And it says, I've put instructions down that even you can follow.
Follow the instructions. Okay, the instructions are the following. You did see a bunch of other equipment while you were there as well, before.
Did I?
Yes, there are hazard suits on the wall, along with some other things. Electronic tool set,
That's what I wanted.
tranquilizer hypos as trank guns, and some hazard suits like bio
Yeah.
suits, yeah.
Well, I'll put that on. I'm bio now. Only serves that I should wear a bio suit.
So there are...
We've now learned the android swings both ways.
There are 3 hazard suits. There is 1 electronic toolset.
Yes.
And there are 5 tranquilizer guns. So you're looking at the stabilization serum.
Yes. That's the thing that I was trying to... It was like, you need a fresh sample from a bio-drone and
Yes.
there's meant to be instructions. I just thought that they were implied instructions.
Here are the instructions. So using prepared equipment in the lab room 239, you can create a stabilization serum. And Dr. Nomali wrote the instructions in layman's terms for you. To make the serum, the PCs need a blood sample from Sergeant Achari or a flesh bio-drone sample. The serum halts transformation for 1d5 hours.
Transformation.
And if you give us a chemistry, pharmacology, pathology, or field medicine check, you get advantage on the amount of hours, and it stops mutations. Without a relative skill, you can roll intellect, and if you pass, the mutations will halt for 1d5 hours. If you fail, it's disadvantage 1d5 hours.
Cool.
You prepare it. This will take about 30 minutes. You can do it here, or you want to do it here?
Here's fine. If they're like, oh, where's the android? Then they'll come get me.
Yeah. But they have gone to the dorms, which we will pass to them.
We're checking the freezer first.
Oh, yes. Standing around this freezer, who does the honors? Detective Fares stands back.
I open it eagerly.
You see this creature, this mutant,
Is it
dead,
Dead.
on the
Okay,
floor and frozen.
Does it vaguely resemble anyone?
Let's have a look. You
Oh,
see
yeah.
this humanoid creature where in the place of its hands are tendrils all around, extending in front of its body. Its hair has sprouted tendrils. All over its body are multiple eyes like an arachnid, just all over its face and body. And out of its backside, an elongated anus, like a aforementioned tendril, is extending out its back area, with sticky filament oozing out onto the floor. Frozen. Roll of fear. Both of you. Fares has seen it before. I told you that thing attacked me, and I killed it and locked it in here.
I failed.
Take a stress.
That takes me to 11.
Take a stress. 2 failures. I don't know what you were trying to expect. I told you exactly.
Oh, I'm at 12 then, because I failed as well. And I also, I take a stress whenever someone near me fails. So I'm at
Well,
12.
Whenever they fail a what? Sorry, there was a description on the thing.
Deflated. Every time you fail a save.
Yeah.
A save. Okay.
So
John,
I'm at 12.
Look, there's a lot of stuff going on. Very strange stuff. And I was expecting maybe to open the freezer and see another version of us in there, and I just wanted to confirm. And clearly is that another version of us? Is that what's happened?
look, I'll be straight with you. I don't want to do it here, but I suppose if it would ease your mind, yes, you will encounter mutants. They are roaming around this facility, and they are the mutated forms of your former clones.
I'm closing the freezer door.
The lab pods in the labs area, that's you. Every 6 hours you decant and grow into a full version of yourselves, and then I take you out unconscious and put you in the cryopods. In
Well,
the
not
main
anymore.
area. What do you mean?
I smashed a couple.
You what?
I smashed a couple.
My fault, I should have came sooner. Which ones?
Number 3 and number 5.
Number 5. That's Achari. Well, I guess no chance for him anymore. Number 3, you said?
Yeah.
That's good. I had sabotaged that one. That is a clone of Dr. Fenway. Dr. Hua Fenway. She came here. She's the mastermind behind all this. She was creating these machines, these bio-drones. She is the one who infected Dr. Amali and Achari. She is the mastermind behind this. Once we found out it was her pod, we sabotaged it. It usually grows into a body and then gets recycled. So you're lucky.
She should have had words with my mother.
Anyway, can we go to the dorms?
Yeah.
Please. And you head to the dorms, and half an hour goes by. You begin, all
that
of
means
you.
my sample's done.
It does. You all begin to feel some effects happening. Your headaches. Simon, first time ever having a headache. And dry mouth. Simon, please roll intellect.
Fail.
So,
I don't know what I'm rolling intellect for, so do I take a...
crafting the... You failed, so take a stress.
Oh.
Any failed check or save is a
Well,
stress.
I didn't know what it was for, so...
To craft the serum.
Yeah. Well, I know that now. But you just said roll a...
Am I near you when you do this?
No, you remember Simon was doing this in the labs while you three are in the dorms.
Okay, good.
So you failed, so it lasts 1d5 hours. Disadvantage. I rolled... You won't know. Because you can't know. Like, you don't know how good you made it, but you know you've made it, and you can... There's enough for multiple injections.
Okay.
Do you stab it in yourself and inject?
Sure.
Done.
I'm guinea pigging what happens when I turn into a real boy.
Indeed. Once you have crafted this, half an hour has passed. Where do you go from here?
I heard them say they were going to the dormitories, so I'll go out to the dormitories. How many stabs do I have at this syringe?
Enough for 5 or 6 injections.
Okay. Before I leave, I'll probably check to see if there's a med kit or something like that to sew flesh up with.
Not in the labs, but in the medical bay on the way? Certainly.
Oh, yeah. I'll search the medical bay.
All right. Let's go back to Charlie and Faraz and Dorian.
Oh, did you say how many stabs I have?
Enough, like 6, and you've used 1.
Okay.
Dorian, Charlie, and Detective Faraz. He leads you to the dormitories. You go up the stairs, and this is what you see. You can talk amongst yourselves while you're on the way.
I just want some explanation. Do we have to wait until we get to the dorms before you explain this, or can we get through as we go?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we're at the dorms now. I was just giving time for the DM to bring up the...
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yep. My bad.
So you enter this dormitory with lots of quarters going to the north and the southeast. You see just rows and rows of dorms, each with its own private door. And Faraz leads you to his dorm and just sits down on the bed. I'm sorry, I'm a bit wounded, as you can tell. As you walk around, you see from the south part of the dorms, you see deep gouges in the floor leading to one of the rooms in the south wing. Each dorm is fitted with 4 bunks, lockers, and a metal table.
How many people working on this facility?
This facility was defunct. The Nanshao Corporation didn't even have records on its existence. It was a secret lab or research and development facility. We were sent here, me, Namali, and Sergeant Amrit Achari. We were sent to investigate what's going on, and we had no idea it would be something like this. Command saw these bio-drones hovering around the area, and we came to investigate. We were given 10 days to send word, and if not, they would presume the worst, but we can't survive. It's been 6 days now. We can't survive any longer. I need you to do something.
What?
There's a radio jammer. As soon as we arrived, it began blocking all our signals. I've got a portable long-range comms unit in my field laptop, but the jammer's on. Something's powering it. The reactor, the power's controlled from the where is it? In the north, the factory. But I haven't been able to get there. I've been enlisting your help, because of your situation.
And what happens to us each time?
You begin to mutate every hour, until around 6 hours you go mindless.
And none of us make it there.
There's been multiple iterations and none of you have done it yet.
Well, what makes us so special?
I don't know. I'm at my wit's end. After Namali's death, I've lost hope. My only hope is that you can get there and disable the jammer, and we can call for help.
How many pairs of kissing lips do we have to fight through to get there?
There's a significant number, I'm sure, but if you...
Well, you're the love machine.
As you begin to mutate, without provocation, the drones have left you alone. If you don't interact with them, if you don't be hostile, they will leave you alone. That's why I have to get you to do this.
Well, I already shot one.
Yeah, I heard the gunfire. That's why I came. I had to come.
Don't know if the others know it was me, though, so that's something.
But there's another thing. There's your own selves roaming around this facility.
Oh, good. Good.
They won't attack you outright, but it's better off you avoid them. They roam around this facility for hours until they disappear into the factory and the refinery.
All right. I believe my advice. If you see yourself, don't shoot on sight.
So
and he goes into his... Yeah, sorry, Sam.
I was just going to say, so we have two things that we need to do. And I'm going to also explain what I read
Sure.
at the terminal, which is that there's a serum that delays mutation.
Yeah, there's a treatment formula that can... Namali was talking about stopping the transformation altogether, healing you. But in the meantime, there was also a serum that could halt the mutations for a number of hours. Namali used that to prolong her mutations until her clone came out, but she tried the treatment formula once and it killed her. It wasn't enough. The research was sound, but it wasn't enough.
Okay. So we need to keep that in mind. And then we also need to go and get the field laptop? Or no, we need to re-enable long-range comms by getting rid of the blocker.
I've got the laptop here, yes.
Getting rid of the scrambler.
Yeah.
And he shows you in his room, there's this resoldered, jury-rigged long-range comms with a teal luster, and it's a pristine Nanshao microterminal, flickering. And it says, searching for comms and signal jammed.
Okay.
Well, I have another question.
Yes?
Let's say we do everything you say and unjam the jammer. You're not a clone, are you?
No, I, through some chance of fate, have never undergone cryosleep. I was born here. And apparently, something involving stem cells, some change that happens in people who have undergone cryosleep, become susceptible to the mutation. The others, they began to slowly change, just like you.
Are we ever making our way off this planet?
Look, the treatment formula is your only hope. If you are successful with the formula, Namali said it could halt or even reverse the mutations.
The test tubes with the copies. Which number is mine?
What do you mean?
Well, I smashed a couple. Which one's mine?
Number 1. I think. Yes, number 1. Dorian,
Okay.
you were number 2. Number 3 was Hua. Number 4 was Namali. And number 5 was Achari.
So, wait a minute.
I guess there's only 2 of you left.
No, what about Simon?
Simon's an android.
Not anymore.
Yes, Simon, the androids come from a different area. They come from somewhere to the east of the Grand Hall.
Came from the play section.
Yeah,
The work section and the play section.
precisely.
And the thing that says play.
Look, don't worry about that. Don't go there. It doesn't matter. And as he's talking, Simon,
Don't go where, detective?
well, we're going back to the medical bay, which you're stepping into.
Oh, okay, sorry. I thought it was just me walking in and I was going to do that.
It could have been.
Daytime television.
So you open up the door to the medical lab and you hear sounds. And as you walk in, the lights begin to brighten up as the medical bay comes online. You hear this bellowing coming from one of the rooms to the north. And outside the rooms are creatures. 4 humanoid creatures. Sorry, 5 humanoid creatures. You see this arachnid-eyed creature with the tendrils as arms. You see 2 smaller beings almost conjoined, intertwined with each other, like the size of ventriloquist dummies, with multiple lidless eyes bulging like blisters across their body. You see this hunchbacked mutant creature, very strong, with thickly camouflaging skin. It sort of shimmers in the light, and it's got these crystalline spikes on it. And lastly, you see one more. Sorry, this is the bulging muscle hunchbacked one, with unhinged snake-like jaw and jagged teeth. It almost rattles like a rattlesnake. And they're just cooing or... And you just hear this, "Get away from me! Get away from me! Leave me alone!" Simon, roll a fear.
Pass, 34 under 77.
They have not seen you. How do you react? They look very mewing around this door, and all you can hear is like, "Get away from me! I am not an animal."
Well, where's what I want? Where's the medical stuff?
You can try to sneak past them with possibly a speed check if you go slowly, and you can enter one of the rooms to the north, if you so choose.
Well, if there's stuff around me, I'd want to grab a, like a bioscanner and a med kit.
Sure, I'm just saying if you want to start entering the room and walking around, it will just be like a stealth sort of check.
Otherwise, I've got to go with the other way, I guess.
Yeah, the other door to the north of the labs.
Yeah. Because do I know how to get to the dormitories?
Yeah, you saw when you were walking...
When I looked at the map?
Yeah, when you're walking past the medical bay, you see stairs going to the dorms. You can see them just out to the south, west.
Oh, I thought, yeah, okay.
It's just that you were on your way to the dorms, but then you saw a medical lab, yeah.
Okay. So how far would I have to go in? Can I spot any sets of equipment?
You would have to, let's say, do a speed to walk forward and into one of the western rooms, go into one of the medical bays, like the doctor's section, where they might do surgeries and such.
Okay. I'll roll speed then.
All right, let's do it as you creep into this room.
So fail.
What is it?
It's a 99. Critical fail.
Oh my god.
Not the uber fail again.
I keep getting 99.
So you creep forward and you enter.
Is that a panic check?
It is indeed.
Good you having you play the milk toast for once.
So
It's usually my job.
Hang on. You sneak past, right? You walk forwards, hugging the wall, and you slowly open the door. They haven't noticed you. Slowly open the door and you close it. Just briefly. Makes a little click. Little sound of suction. And as you're walking, the panic is just rising and rising and rising. Please roll.
I passed with a 14.
Over.
10.
Wow. You enter the room and all the lights come on and it's looked like a med bay that's come online. And you see all these medical machinery and auto docs and things like that.
All right, well, I'm looking for scanners and fixer-upper things.
Sure. You see a bunch of terminals. You see a map on one of the screens. And the terminals in front allow control over the medbay power and contain patient files you might suspect. You see a bunch of high-tech surgical equipment, some scalpels and medical saws. Would you like to take one?
Yeah.
You take a medical saw or a scalpel, like one of those big bone saws.
I mean, what would be the practical applications?
Or sawing off people's arms and stuff. 2d10 damage.
Stand still while I saw your arm off.
It's a weapon.
How much is it?
2d10.
All right, let's do the bone saw.
Done.
But yes, something that I can patch myself up with because I'm still bleeding.
You find first aid kits, you find 5 auto meds, 5 stim packs, and a med scanner. And you pocket it all.
5 stims, 5 autos, and a med pack.
Sure. Would you like to use one of these things on yourself?
What do the auto meds do?
The auto meds give you advantage on body saves meant to repel disease and poison, as well as attempts to heal. And you also got stim packs, which are stim packs restore 1d10 health and grants advantage on strength checks and combat checks for 2d10 minutes.
Okay, I'll take one of the stims right after I go through the terminal.
If you take the auto med first, I will double the effect of the stim pack.
Oh yeah, so it's like taking Nurofen and Panadol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For dual relief.
Yeah.
Let's do that. It's just pills, so let's do that.
Yeah, I'll pop some pills.
You may roll 2d10 health, and let's see your strength in combat. You can roll that as well.
Does one of them help with stress?
No, not this one.
Trying to remember which one was doing that. So that's
Soma.
No, I mean like there's a painkillers do that as well though.
Pain pills, yes, they do. No pain pills, funnily.
Okay, so I'm at a 17 now out of 20 for that first one. Okay, yeah, I want to go through the terminal, and I also want to have a look at the hazard suit stats because I know that it does stuff.
You're wearing hazard suit, which is like a bio protection suit, and it has the following things. You can add this. You've got armor points 5. You've got 1 hour of oxygen. Includes air filter, hot and cold protection, hydration reclamation, short-range comms, and a headlamp and radiation shielding. Your main concerns are the air and AP5. Are you keeping it closed system? Or are you taking the helmet off?
It's like cosplaying for me. Because I normally wouldn't have to wear things for oxygen and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm like, even if it's unconfirmed if I'm still an android or not, I'm just going to put the whole thing on and be like, I need oxygen. Oh, I'm a human.
Yeah. So
I need to breathe.
You've taken these things and you feel better. The shoulder's feeling better now.
Good.
You're even starting to feel pain, but that's subsided now. You access the map. You see exactly the same map as before. However, it reveals the location of
secret doors
and a strange room called Operations to the very northeast behind multiple secret doors. And there's also access through the apartments where the play area was to the west of the Grand Hall.
Are those the transit vents? That must be what those things are.
And you
going
also
through.
see the vent that the drones went through leading north all the way through the facility.
Into the operations room.
Into operations. And now we go to the console. The nurse's console, as you go through the terminal.
Sorry, everyone.
Yeah, we can swap back if you like, but we'll...
No, you're fine.
This is interesting, I think. So you go through the patient files, and the most recent files are over 100 years old, detailing patient records and patient files. John is holding his eyes.
Any of our names in there?
No. And it details grotesque experimental surgeries performed by a Dr. Hua Fenwei.
Okay, so Hua's over 100 years old.
Yep.
Okay.
So, Occam's razor. We've been here for 100 years.
Well, you don't know that. Simon, are you finished?
Anything on those experiments to do with formula that the other doctor couldn't figure out?
No, it seems this is old records.
Okay.
Dr. Namali's research was on the other one.
Then no, I want a GTFO.
Cool. You go to the door, and shimmering in your vision, the
Also, I'd like to add, while I'm going through the door, can I have a trank gun ready?
Sure, you have a trank gun ready. Just as out of nowhere, the skin camouflages, sickly ripples, and in front of you is this creature with crystalline spikes protruding from its body.
Oh, in the room.
In the room with you, as it ambushes you. Roll a speed as you have a mutant in front of you.
5?
That's a pass. What would you like to do?
Shoot it with a trank gun.
Okay. 2 options. Door, trank gun. Trank gun?
I just felt like the trank gun would be the knee-jerk
Let's do
reaction
it.
of pushing the...
Roll your first attack. Combat. With advantage.
Oh,
For, what was your 2d10 minutes?
I didn't roll that.
Roll it. You're stimmed up.
Both of them I got 10s.
2d10 minutes. So 20 minutes. You are stimmed up.
Cool.
Advantage to strength and combat for 20 minutes. Mark that down. Sorry,
Alright.
guys.
Well, they were both passes, so the lowest is the 5.
Okay, I believe it's a body save or,
Yeah, it said body save on there.
yeah, or stunned, right? Or unconscious.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Do you feel lucky,
Punk.
punk? Okay. Trank pistol. Body save or unconscious for 1d10 rounds. Let's go. Failure with a 98. This thing goes unconscious. And what do you do with your move?
Bonesaw!
No, with your move, or you're staying in the room?
I'm going to go up to its head.
Okay, you stay in the room.
Bonesaw is ready.
We head back
Spider-Man quote.
as you begin
I know.
hacking at this creature. And we go back to the dorms.
Sorry, John. I just thought you would appreciate it.
Get you for 20 minutes. 20 minutes of playtime.
We head back to the dorms, and Detective Bisher has told you everything that he is willing to say. What do you do?
So where's the jammer?
I think it's coming somewhere in the factory area, the foreman's office, I believe.
Okay. We need to get Simon,
Yes, it's been quite a while. You should go check on him.
and then we need to go to the factory.
Okay.
Thank you. I can see you're well armed. This is good. This may be the only weapons we have left. I gave you the last of the good weapons. Please.
Okay, so
Good
what you're
luck.
saying is this is our last shot.
Well, if you die, you and Dorian, Charlie, you and Dorian will grow again in the labs.
But
and
without weapons.
if I can find your weapons, I will bring them back, of course. I don't know, you can write yourselves a note if you think that's...
Oh, speaking of,
Yes?
I'm going to show the others the note that I found.
What does it say, Sam?
It's in my handwriting,
Mm-hmm.
and it says, "Keep an eye on Simon. Something's up with them." In my own handwriting. And I'll also mention that let them know what the notes on the computer were regarding Simon
Yeah, you
and
can
his
tell them.
spider.
Sure.
So we need to manage that somehow.
Yes, as I said, the androids are decanted in another section of the facility. They walk to the cryo area and install themselves in a cryopod, and then they don't remember. I don't know where they come from, but they come from the parlor area.
The place you won't tell us about.
Look, I don't want to know what's down there.
Well, pardon my detective illusions, but if we are cryo-clones,
You think he's lying.
if we are cryo-clones,
You are cryo-clones. There's no if anymore.
if we are cryo-clones, then how do we know Simon isn't just a more amped up version of one of those lip things? Machine covered in flesh.
Look, they're performing experiments on you all. You're mutating. You are clones. They're using your DNA to make these clones. I don't know.
And that's they.
Yes, Dr. Hua.
Dr. Hua, she made the bio-drones, the flying lip things.
Yes.
So how do we know they didn't make what's pretending to be Simon?
We're going to figure that out.
That's what we thought. That's what Dr. Namali thinks. They're made in a different part of the facility and brought to shadow you.
We're going to fix the jammer. I need your help, Charlie, to kill that spider.
Right on.
Fucking leave Spencer alone.
Leave Spencer alone.
And then we're going to figure the rest of that out if we need to. Because apparently there's something up with Simon. I mean, clearly there's something up with Simon, but I mean, worth
Something
warning us about.
So you leave?
Yeah, we're going to go
Yep.
find Simon.
Okay.
Is Bishop just going to hang out here?
I'm a bit weak, and I can come with you if I want. I can come, yes, if I want. I can come with you, I guess, to provide support. But I was told by Dr. Namali that my cells were important for the treatment formula, and if I die, there goes the hope of any more samples. So I'll let you believe that, but I don't want to put myself in danger. I've got a family.
I'm going to recommend he stay safe. I'm going to give him my stim pack.
Oh, thank you. He takes it. I thought I ran out of these a while ago. 1 hit point.
Oh, why? That's terrible. Okay.
Unfortunately. Oh, I feel a little bit, maybe it's expired.
It may have been 100 years.
100 years old.
Okay.
Charlie and Dorian, you walk down the stairs into the barracks once more. And Simon, you have been hacking at this creature as the blood just oozes down and this crystalline monstrosity is dead.
Where is its central processing unit?
It's flesh. Complete flesh. Do you take a sample?
Yes.
You can write down 1 sample.
1 mutant sample?
Mutant sample. Do you leave?
Yeah.
You leave. The creatures are no longer there. And you no longer hear screaming, but you do hear just heavy breathing coming from the 3rd room to the north.
Ominous. Well, I'm going to...
Are you covered in blood and goop when you come out in your hazard suit?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, probably. It's just a hazard suit with blood on it.
You just meet
Dinosaur.
Simon as he walks out the door. Charlie, Dorian, you see Simon in a hazard suit covered in this blood.
You don't even see his face. It's just a fogged up suit, helmet.
He's still holding the
Do you
the
know
bone
it's
saw?
Do you know it's Simon? Immediately? Possibly not.
No, has he still got the bone saw
Simon?
in hand?
Yeah, it's the bone saw and the chemistry kit. And it's like,
Yeah, I point my gun at you.
Detective!
Okay, you know it's Simon.
How's it going, buddy?
I'm getting closer to the answer. I have a sample from one of the mutants, and I even have this. And he holds up a syringe with some fluid in it. It's meant to stop mutations. I don't know what kind of mutations, but I stabbed myself with it earlier.
Okay.
Would you like me to stab you?
Please remain stationary as I administer the medication.
Here. And I'll just start, I'll put the bone saw like in my other hand, and I'll take the syringe out and I'll start walking towards you with the syringe.
So Dorian and Charlie, do you accept this syringe?
He's going to go as if he's going to, so we'll do it on like a 10-second timer. 10,
What he's saying is check.
9,
I'm going to look at
8,
Charlie. It's checking out, but I don't know what's in the syringe.
6, 5,
Can we trust him?
4.
I'm going to snatch it out of his hand.
Roll speed, contested, Simon and Charlie.
No, Simon and Dorian.
Simon and Dorian, roll a speed next week as we will find out what happens in part 3. You guys are fighting.
He's just a bit special, guys.
Oh, this isn't going well, is it? This is taking a turn for the worst.
yeah.
Going at. Yeah, it's going.
Something is wrong with Simon. It's just not
Yeah.
what you think it is.
So Simon, you're just coming up to them ready to inject. And
Yeah.
Dorian's put his hands up, trying to grab the syringe. And we'll find out next week what the resolution is. How do you feel, John? I know I always ask you first. You're a font of
Yeah. Look.
reactions.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't tell if we're gonna be able to make get 2 sessions out of this.
You think it's all going to
Well, obviously, there's gonna be lots of fighting ahead.
We're all going to die.
My plan is, if this is our Charlie kind of wants to find his own tube and smash it. Frankly,
I knew. I had that vibe. Hey.
to break
Yeah,
the
especially
cycle.
when you said, if I find out I'm a clone, I'm killing the original. That kind of gave it away.
That means there'll be no more Charlies.
I think that's
Yeah, so
right
what-
in Charlie's
So
wheelhouse.
what you're saying is, normally you could just, if one of us died, bring another one out, and we could continue the game.
Have you not been paying attention?
Yeah,
John?
obviously.
Yeah.
After 6 hours, you mutate and new versions of yourselves pop out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fresh.
Yeah.
It's kind of poetic that Charlie would be his own ending.
And that flesh is your flesh.
Maybe I'll just do it at the end.
Have you thought about writing a note to yourself that explain what's going on? You've obviously done it before.
Yeah.
Just stare into your own
Well,
pod and say,
my note to myself wasn't very helpful.
No. What did it say, John?
My note just said curiouser and curiouser. Because
Of course it did.
in my psych profile, I said that like the book that I read as a child was Alice in Wonderland. And that's also why I referenced the caterpillar.
Yeah.
Um,
So you're leaving clues for yourself. You left a note for yourself, Dorian.
if
didn't
I
you?
left a note on the syringe that said "Eat me," that'd work.
Well, we will find out as we finishing part 2 of Nobody Wake the Bugbear Plays Bio-Drones and Cryo-Clones, and we will see you next week for part 3. Thank you,
Yeah.
everyone.
Thank you. So clearly.
Oh, God. Peanut butter.
Hey, you. I'm
Are
looking.
you allergic to peanut butter?
No, it's just like I'm picturing a dog eating peanut butter and going, and
Oh,
that's the
God.
sound I'm picturing
Have you ever seen?
with the microphones in the next couple of minutes.
Have you ever seen that video where someone's got a wolf and a dog, and they're comparing the sounds of their mouths?
No.
Like they're chucking like little bits of ham,
Yeah, no, yeah.
and the dog goes, and then he chucks the wolf, and the wolf goes. You can hear its teeth go like that. You can hear its teeth just chomp. Berries and cream, berries and cream.
Did I give you document 3,
Who?
John?
You gave me the one that has.
Yep.
Yeah, document 3, I think.
Yeah, that's all right.
Well, he gave it back to you, so you,
Did he?
yeah.
Yeah, I gave it back to you.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did.
Oh, you gave it back to me here.
Well, I can keep it if you want.
I've kept mine.
You can keep it.
Okay.
It's yours.
Epic.
Let's begin. Oh,
That's not mine.
Oh, God.
I didn't read it.
Andrew, do you want
so
some
it
chocolate?
wasn't number 3, John.
Well, I was wrong. I'm
Oh,
sorry. I thought it
fuck's
was.
sake, John.
I didn't read it.
Was it?
What do you mean you didn't read it?
I just opened that one that you gave me.
Oh, you didn't read it.
I didn't read the text in it. I saw it
Okay.
was text and said that's not mine.
So I gave you number 2, John.
Yes.
And you gave it back to me?
Yes.
Here's your number 2 back.
Yes.
Oh, God, it's the wrong one again.
Yes, that's the one that I got.
Oh,
Sorry.
good. Fucking sake. All right. Fun having little notes.
Yeah, I remember back in Epsilon we had them.
Mm-hmm.
I had a great time. It was like we each had secret agendas, right?
Mm.
So it was like this is your secret motivation that you keep from the other people. And then I hacked into the computer and it said like option, self-destruct the entire complex. I carefully looked down at my note and then looked at the screen to freak people out into thinking that I was planning on blowing the whole place up.
Oh, God.
Yeah, just consult my secret agenda. Look back at the self-destruct button. Look
Yeah,
at the
I
secret
wanted a
agenda.
self-destruct button.
Let's go. Ready?
Where's the control all drones button?
Mic has to go up a bit. The pop filter can go down, but mic up.
My head can go down.
No, mic up, but pop filter down. So the pop filter stays in the same spot, but just the mic's higher.
I'm not sure what you're aiming for because it's okay for my mouth height.
Yeah. I just mean the mic itself needs to be up higher, but the mouth height stays the same.
Like tilted?
No, it's, yeah.
Yeah, that solves it.
That's better.
There we
Cool.
go.
All right, ready? Let's go.
Not here to fuck spiders. That's my pet.
That's your bet. Okay, here we go.